friends. Welcome back to Art Class with Mr. Poulos. Today we are going to be making a self-portrait. Now, we like to do a self-portrait at least once every year. And remember that a self-portrait is a picture of Mr. Poulos. No, your dog. No. It's a picture of yourself, okay? You're not drawing mom, you're not drawing dad, you're not drawing your favorite superhero, you're drawing you if you were a superhero. So, day one is a lot of planning. You're going to have to pick out your costume, you're going to have to pick out your superpowers, and it's going to be cool. So, let's get started. In the files section, I have a picture that looks like this, just to get you started with your planning phase. So this is not going to be your final project, but it's going to give you a place to get all of your ideas out. Let's go. So by now, I hope you've printed this out. If you haven't, you can try and redraw it. Again, nobody's really going to see this. It's just a place to get your ideas down. Now, there are a few things that you're going to need for your costume. So I'm going to write them down, but we're also going to talk about them. You need a symbol. Right, that's your, oh, you can't see that, huh? Let me try a marker. Well, you can kind of see that. Maybe I'll switch to a pen. You need your colors, right? Every superhero has like a color scheme. So Spider-Man is red and blue with a little black. Superman is red, blue with some yellow. The Green Lantern is green and black, right? And these colors help you identify that superhero from far away. You're going to need to think about your powers. And then, your costume. So, boy, that's a lot, huh? So we'll take it step by step. And I think I'm going to have you break out into groups. I've probably already done that. And what you're going to do is start with, start with your powers. I think this makes the most sense to think about first. So the more powers you have, the crazier it gets. So let's limit it to 1, maybe 2 powers, maybe, if you really, 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 really needed to. So for this guy, let's say that I have the power to control plants. Okay, nothing crazy. Oh, I guess it is a little crazy. So my power is plants. So I could, well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to draw anything. But knowing my power is going to help figure out the rest of my costume here. So my symbol, well, usually they have a symbol on their chest. And I suppose mine should be, maybe a leaf, right? It wouldn't have to be. It could be, a piranha plant. It could be a vine. It could be a tree. But I'm going to go with a leaf. And if you want to kind of sketch a few different symbols off to the side, wouldn't be a bad idea. And then this is called thumbnail sketching, when you just make these little pictures. My vines, my piranha plant. These were all ideas that I had. And then you could pick one and put it on there. For your costume, you might want to be thinking about some things that your character would have. Remember, this is you if you were a superhero. Because it's you, I want to be able to see your face. I know Spider-Man covers his face, right? I get it. But anybody could be behind that mask, and I want it to look like you. So let's say leave most of the face open, but you could maybe wear a crown, or maybe something around your eyes, or maybe have like a little mark on your face, but it should look like you, which means I should see your eyes and your nose and your mouth and your ears and your hair, right? So for this costume, let's do some leaves in my hair. And then a little bit of my hair poking out behind. Okay, so this is just a sketch, guys. I don't care if anybody sees it. I'm working in pen, but you should work in pencil. Okay, so I've got some leaves. Other than that, I'm going to draw my face. Okay, my ears. Now, I was just drawing self-portraits, so I had a bit of a better idea of what my face looks like. But, if you need to do circles or ovals for your eyes and things, that's cool. If you want to get a mirror to help you draw your face, that's good too. So I've got my symbol, I've got my powers, I'm working on my costume still. Let's see, if I work with plants, I'm probably working with thorns. So I'm going to want gloves, right, whatever that looks like. I realize that some of these lines are hard to erase, but this is just a place to get your ideas. So I'm going to put some stripes on my gloves. I left this blank in case you wanted to do a skirt. If you're one of the girls in the class or your costume just has a skirt, that's a good place to do it. But, mine isn't. So I'm just going to do shorts. Shorts for a superhero that works with vines is probably a bad idea. I'm going to change it to pants. Okay, so I can just bring those lines down. No big deal. Hop in with my marker. Let's see. Do I want a cape? Maybe. I'll draw a cape floating behind here. I've got my symbol. I'm okay with my costume for now, but you might want, a utility belt. Maybe I would have a utility belt with some scissors so that I can trap people with vines and then cut them out. Maybe you have different things on your utility belt. Now, I will say, let's keep this school appropriate. I know that, some of you might be working from home, but let's, no guns and things like that. So if it's something that you might be worried about hanging up in the hallway here at school, then maybe it's off limits. Okay, so let's say my costume's good for now. I thought about, some things that I would have. I would probably want boots too, right? I could maybe write that, make that note. The colors. Well, the colors should make sense. So if I was using reds and oranges and yellows, for a guy who makes plants, that probably wouldn't make too much sense. That would be confusing. So I would say greens, maybe browns. Maybe I could get away with a little splash of a bright color in there. But probably, for me, it makes sense to keep it those plant colors, okay, the colors of nature. For your costumes, right, if you had the power to control rainbows, well, then you might have a really bright costume. But for me, I don't think that would make a lot of sense. So here I'm going to start figuring out the colors for my costume. Now, I might not love my costume at the end of today. That's okay. You'll have a week to think about any changes that you might want to make. Because next week we're going to draw these again, but I won't give you that template. You're going to make yourself into a superhero pose. So this is, again, I'm going to say it again, just practice. That's all I've got for you today. You should talk with your friends about your powers if you need some ideas. It's okay to copy superpowers that your favorite superheroes have. It's not okay to copy their costume. And it's definitely not okay to cover your face up. I want to see everybody's faces. All right, guys, get to it. Enjoy yourselves. This is supposed to be fun. Next week we'll share our ideas and we'll start drawing from scratch. Thanks.